I have a question.
Question?
When was the last time you watched a movie without checking your phone? Seriously. Not once, no Instagram, no text messages, not looking up an actor on IMDb that's somehow turned into you researching the actor's nudes on X. But, we'll talk about that another time. Because I honestly can't remember. I think the internet has changed us way more than we realize. That's that on that. Now, I don't think social media is evil. I also don't think it's innocent either. I think it's like fire. It can keep you warm or burn your house down. And most of us carry it around in our pocket every single day. The most addictive thing in the world isn't your phone. It's the possibility that something more interesting is happening somewhere else. I genuinely think we're becoming real guppy-minded out here in life. Not all of us, but most of us. Very guppy-minded, real goldfish-like. And actually, that might just be offensive to goldfish, but we'll talk about that another time. I open TikTok, watch 3 videos, forget why I opened TikTok, then open Instagram, remember why I was on TikTok, then go back to TikTok, somehow end up shopping for a lamp or some random ass product that they're shopping around that I did not need. Now, this happens quite a few times. You just like shuffling in between apps and shit, and you really trying to figure out like, what the fuck am I doing? You ever just been in that little like app psychosis kind of situation where it's like you hopping from Instagram, then you go on to TikTok, then you hop on X, then you randomly on Facebook, then you back on Snapchat, and then you back on Instagram, and then you back, and then it's like you close one out because it's just like, okay, this is just fucking content and consumerism. But it's like, okay, you got some time, or you sitting here, you bored, or you trying to like really settle in your boredom, and you just like, and once again, that app psychosis of bouncing from app to app to app to app, and then you sit here like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm bored as shit. None of this shit matters that I'm watching right now. Nothing is conducive. I need to do something else right now, because this shit is just frying my brain and rotting the fuck out of my mind. Maybe you try reading a book or watching a movie or working for 20 minutes and suddenly your hand grabbed your phone without you deciding to. What's up with that? It's like a subconscious thing, and honestly, it's kind of scary when you think about it, because it's just like, whoa, how the fuck did I just end up on my phone? And I thought I was trying to grab some juice. Or, okay, I'm bored right now, I'm on my phone, what's going on? I thought I was watching this movie. That scared me. Because if I'm reaching for my phone but for my own thoughts,
Question?
who's actually in control? Think about that. We're not addicted to our phones. We're addicted to never having to be alone with our thoughts. And honestly, that leads into something even bigger. I asked AI to organize my week, right? And it was just like, trying to get some things, try something new, scheduling some things that I always have a to-do list, but sometimes you just need to like, okay, let me put this in order real quick. That's going to be most conducive, and let's see how I can get this ADHD going and fix my schedule and do all the other things, right? So I asked AI to organize my week. It basically reminded me that I'm the fucking problem. Now, I know we have a huge debate online and everywhere in the world is really thinking like, hey, AI is replacing us. They took our jobs. They're going to take us out. And yes, AI and automation and all other good jazz is helping and hindering people. But it also is advancing a lot of different things. And, a lot of different businesses that's cutting funds and costs and jobs, unfortunately, for AI. And that's going to be, people trying to save their money, trying, cut their hedge fund and all other good jazz. And that is going to, probably fuck with some shit in the future. But I'm not really here to talk about that right now. I don't think AI is replacing humans. I think it's replacing busy work. The danger isn't AI becoming smarter. The danger is us becoming mentally lazy. Letting AI write every caption, every email, every apology, every dating profile, And if y'all really out here, well, I mean, I guess laziness, right? But it's like, come on now. You already got to swipe right and swipe left. Why the fuck do you need to like really have AI like get your life, or write it down, or toggle your dating profile, or how do you let AI, not how, because obviously we see how, and the dating profile is crazy. But I got another question. If AI wrote every conversation you had this week, would anyone still recognize your voice? That's powerful. Think about that. Technology should make life easier, not make us disappear. I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's talk a little bit about these parasocial relationships. It's crazy to think that we know the ins and outs of all of these influencers and celebrity lives. And yes, there's a difference between influencer and celebrity, but whatever. And we know what they eat for breakfast, what they wear, what's their schedule, what they doing. But we don't even know our neighbor's last name. It's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Following someone's lives for years, feeling connected, thinking you know them, is wild to me. Get off the internet. We confuse familiarity with friendship. Being familiar or outwardly knowing of something or someone with actual like relationship. That's the entire fucking issue. But I'm not here to preach. I'm here. Shit, I might be here to teach a little bit, but I'm not. Look, we're just here for the conversation. Watching someone every day doesn't mean that they owe you access to every part of their life. I think social media has really like gotten motherfuckers in the internet too, has really gotten people, and even all the way back to the tabloids and the magazines and all the other stuff from like infancy stages of really being in people's businesses. Shout out to Wendy Williams, the motherfucking radio stations and all the other shit. You minding business that does not belong to you. Like, just because you see something or you see someone living and they doing whatever they do doesn't mean that they owe you anything. Bitch, I don't even know you. No. But seriously, like, for real, I actually want to think about this. Question. How many people do you know online compared to how many people you'd call if your car broke down? It's honestly kind of cringy to think about, because like, damn, you can flex that car, but you can flex the car and get all the taps and likes and all of the crazy things in life, but once that motherfucking engine go chick 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 boom, who are you calling in the room? Lucy Lou, my girl Drew. I swear, it's like people don't really experience life anymore. Personally, and auditorially. I don't even know if I said that right, because auditory, that's a whole different thing. But for the audience, niggas not experiencing life like that no more. They're just collecting content. And it's really just like, damn, are we all content collectors? Well, I guess. Because, content creation, everything is content, life. We trying to get that internet money and get that bag. So I am not coming for anybody's neck. I'm trying to get a piece of that internet money too, okay? But I'm saying, like, let's separate reality from virtual reality. Or let's separate virtual reality from actual reality. It's hard to kind of live in the moment now because we're too busy trying to make sure we capture the moment so we can show everybody else the moment that we were in that we really weren't in. Stay with me. It's like people recording concerts, people recording proposals, people recording themselves crying. Stop. People recording acts of kindness, recording workouts, recording coffee, recording sunsets. And I wonder how many beautiful moments in life was really interrupted just to prove that it actually happened. Some memories become smaller the moment we turn them into content. And with that, it's just like, are you truly going to remember this outside of looking at it in your phone? Question. Are you truly going to soak in the actual feeling, the energy around that's there, and the actual scenes of the memory? So when you do actually remember this, you can feel everything that you felt when you were actually in the moment. But you probably can't because you weren't fully in the moment. You were making or filming the moment. Shouts out to my videographers. I mean, I'm a little sturdy with the camera work too, and learning. So I get it. I definitely get it, especially back in like high school and everything else like that. Like I think I told y'all before, and if you haven't, now you know I was Snapchat king. Like my phone, my tab, my iPad. Because don't disrespect me, I have a tablet and an iPad. It was always out, and we was always recording. You know, it was a good time. But also too, at the same time, I can look back and truly say like, okay, as opposed to capturing the moment, I truly wasn't in the moment. I was behind the scenes, and that's cool for a job, but in everyday life, it's at some point it's just like, okay, what we doing? But to leave that there, I want to talk a little bit about the mental health aspect of it all. I don't think comparison starts because we're insecure. I think comparison starts because the internet gives us thousands of lives to actually compare ourselves to. Whereas opposed to, back in the day before the wild, wild west of the internet, you was only really worrying about you and your block, you and your neighborhood. You and you niggas around. Your neighbor got a new car. I'm about to flex on that ass and get this Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? My little Mercedes G-Class. Like, come on. Please, bitch. I see you got your new Volkswagen, ho. No. But, like, seriously. You were never supposed to know what 5 million strangers were doing before breakfast. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, voyeurism. Voyeurism. A lot of people like to voyeurize and all other stuff. And we do live in a nosy society, but that's still kind of weird. We were never supposed to know what the he was eating for breakfast. Like, it's not my business unless we going out to breakfast, because give me a little piece of that turkey bacon. But now we do. Let's talk a little bit about burnout, perfectionism, productivity culture, and FOMO. Always feeling behind, always feeling like someone else is winning outside of yourself. I realized the happiest versions of myself usually aren't online. Now, we love to, throw a little moment up there and all the other good stuff because, highlight reels. But at the same time, it's like you're not truly in the moment fully sometimes, most of the times, actually, when you are making the moment to record the moment, but whatever. The happiest versions of myself usually isn't online. They're outside. They're laughing with friends. At least, the 3, maybe the 2 that I have left. And y'all niggas, you know what I mean? But they're cooking, they're traveling, they're reading, they're fully present. And honestly, if I really want to really get honest and spotty with it, like over the last couple of years, it's been some moments, but it ain't been that many. And this is why I had to realize and come back to and ground myself to actual reality and earth. And like, hey, are you living life or are you filming life? Question. What's going on with that? If y'all know where that's from, if you know, shouts out. If you ask yourself like, hey, truly, honestly, when was the last time I really had a great time? Or when was the last time I was like at the height of my happiness in life? None of those moments needed Wi-Fi. And the best moments of my life almost never happened while scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're too busy looking at other motherfucking lives, you're actually forgetting the life that you're living. And it's okay to, get your bits in and get your consuming. We all want to consume a little piece and see what's going on out there. But you don't have to make that your livelihood or your life. Now, granted, although I know these fucking paid for scrolling things and apps and ads that I've been seeing are fake. If you can get paid for scrolling, reviewing, commenting, doing other good jazz, make yo shit. But also have a time to where it's okay, I'm working here, now I'm done. Or I got my fun in now from doing this, now I'm going to do something else. Let me actually get into life. Yeah. And if you think about it, it's truly affecting our mental health. Maybe not everybody's, but a large amount of unhealthy scrollers out here. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I think comparison has become the background music of the internet. It's constant. Someone's getting engaged. Someone bought a house. Someone has a perfect body. Someone launched a business. Someone traveling every week. Shout out to y'all, because once again, give me the sauce so I can, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Some made 6 figures by age 20. Meanwhile, you're eating cereal for dinner, wondering if you're behind in life. Here's the thing, right? You're comparing your ordinary Tuesday to someone's highlight reel. Of course, you're going to feel behind. You broke ass bitch. Yeah. Let me not talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? Because friends, right? But the internet compresses millions of lives into a little tiny screen. Our little black box, our little black mirror magic phone, our A-phones out this bitch, our Pear phones, our Andes. You know, shouts out to the Androidies. I'm not a fan of the green bubble, but you know, every now and again you gotta have a little green bubble. Text now. All right. Our brains aren't designed to process that many comparisons every single day. And that's why it's okay to take breaks. Social media detox, the regular detox shit. You need to detox your gut, okay? Smelling like ass cheek and wonderclap. But that's another conversation too. Detox. Like, it's okay to like chill out on it. Not because social media is evil, but because your mind deserves peace and quietness. Also to natural stimulation and not just virtual stimulation. I started realizing that the days I spent less time online actually felt a bit more present. I laughed more, I slept better, I paid attention to conversations a little bit better. Now, with the little bit of ADHD that I got, hurry your conversation up. Keep it interesting, because I will clock out in my mind and start thinking about some other shit. Okay, ain't even just got to be having my phone or social media. Okay, whatever you said, make it swift. Okay, but I paid attention to conversations. I noticed little things, and I notice everything. I noticed the little things that normally you will let fly on by your mind. The weather, my tea, my music, the people around me. It's like life got a little bit louder once the internet got quieter. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing all the time, because shut the fuck up. But, you know, sometimes you gotta move from this speaker to the next. So, question. Is the internet ruining us? No, I don't think so. At least entirely. Because yes and no, shall I say. But I don't really think so. I think it's amplifying this, right? It amplifies comparison, but it also amplifies creativity, and it also amplifies kindness, but it also amplifies jealousy, connection, loneliness, education, distraction. It's a tool, an incredibly powerful tool. The question isn't whether the internet is good or bad. The real question is who's in control, you or the algorithm, or your algorithm, because everybody's algorithm is a little different. But brainwashy, like it's very brainwashy, and it really becomes an echo chamber of your own rhetoric after it learns what the fuck you're interested in. You know what I mean? And that really, and this probably can go on a whole nother conversation or a whole nother episode, but that really can get you stuck in your own reality of believing in bullshit if your mind's on bullshit. But whatever. Every day we get to choose. Do we scroll for another hour or call a friend? Do we compare ourselves or appreciate where we are? Do we consume all day or create something? Those little choices matter more than you actually think they do. I don't believe the answer is deleting every app and moving into the woods. Sometimes, because when you detox, sometimes you just really want to just like delete everything and move into the fucking woods, but you don't gotta fully go into the woods because it's crazy out there unless you try and live in the woods. Just really ground yourself, feel the sand, feel the dirt, feel the grass, go hug a tree, de-stress yourself a little bit. Shout out to my tree huggers. You know what I mean? I too, over the years, have become a piece of a tree hugger. You know what I mean? Just a piece of a tree. I love a good tree. Especially, when they have like their nice little wonky designs and they just like curve and effortlessly just like wind and meet each other and grow apart, and just like artistically it eats, but I'm not here to talk about trees. I'm just saying. Although some days that might sound kind of nice, I think it's about using technology intentionally instead of automatically. The internet should add to your life, not become your life. Now, make your yun and send it to me. But don't allow it to become your life, because unless you know Jimmy Neutron or Timmy Turner, you can't physically get inside and surf the web. Shouts out to that episode. If you know, you know. Come on. Gen Zillennials, all right? Okay. And maybe the most rebellious thing we can do in our world, in a world obsessed with constant connection, is occasionally, just occasionally, disconnect. Disconnect from a lot of the bullshit and reconnect with your inner self. And motherfuckers around you too, if you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I'm just gonna whisper it to you a little bit. I'm just gonna whisper what to do just a little bit, because I'm a Virgo and that's what we do. They say we're judgmental and all that good jazz, but yeah. Suck my ass. No. I don't think the answer is deleting every app. I think the answer is remembering the phone is your tool, not your home, your real life. Your real life is happening off screen, so don't miss it. I hope this episode and conversation truly remind you to look up a little bit more often. And I'm not just talking about look up to me, bitch. Look up from the phone. Look up from the computer. Go outside and touch a little piece of grass. If you have an unhealthy relationship with the internet, that's just that on that.